Mr. Director, worry not. We'll make sure your agency is adequately funded. This judge you arrested in Wisconsin, she was breaking federal law, wasn't she?
Yes, that's why we arrested her.
She was helping an illegal immigrant escape being taken into custody. Is that right?
All right, folks, buckle up. We're diving into a clip with Senator John Kennedy. And let me tell you, when this man starts asking questions, you know some uncomfortable truths are about to get dragged into the light. He's got that Louisiana charm mixed with a razor-sharp wit, and he doesn't pull any punches. Today, he's grilling Kash Patel on some of the juiciest, most infuriating political stories out there. Let's hit play and see what truths get revealed.
Yes, and the field agents decided to open the case, work the case.
And as Americans, do we get to pick and choose which laws we want to follow?
We do not.
Hold on a second. Senator Kennedy just laid down the law, literally. This idea that a state judge, or anyone for that matter, gets to pick and choose which federal laws they want to follow? That's not how a republic works, folks. We can't have a society where laws are optional based on your personal feelings or political agenda. Imagine if we decided which tax laws applied to us, or which traffic laws we felt like obeying. The whole system would crumble. It's this kind of selective enforcement and judicial activism that erodes trust and makes a mockery of justice. The law is the law, whether you like it or not.
If you're a state court judge, do you get to decide you don't want to follow federal law?
No.
And if you violate federal law, you get arrested, don't you?
Yes, Senator.
That's called equal treatment under the law, isn't it?
Yes, Senator.
You remember Lisa Page and Peter Strzok, don't you?
Yes, Senator.
Mr. Strzok worked for the FBI. Mr. Strzok worked for the FBI. I think Ms. Page worked for Justice. The Inspector General found in its investigation that they hated President Trump, and they really wanted Secretary Clinton to win. Is that true?
That's correct, sir.
And this would be the same same Ms. Page who sent an email to Mr. Strzok with whom she was having an affair. Trump's not ever going to become president, right? Right? And Mr. Strzok with the FBI, senior official at the FBI, replied, quote, no, he won't. We'll stop it. Did I read that correctly?
You did, Senator.
Okay. Now, Ms. Page got quit before she could get fired. Mr. Strzok was fired. And predictably, they filed a lawsuit because in Washington, it's easier to divorce your spouse than it is to fire a federal employee. Why did the FBI give Mr. Strzok $1.2 million and Ms. Page $800,000 to settle a lawsuit?
Senator, I do not know that settlement was reached in the prior administration.
Who made the decision?
The prior Department of Justice.
Who in the prior Department of Justice?
The settlement for that kind of case can only come from the Attorney General, which would be Attorney General Merrick Garland.
So the Attorney General decided to give Mr. Strzok $1.2 million and Ms. Page $800,000 after they were fired after actively interfering in the 2016 election. Is that right?
Are you kidding me? $1.2 million for Strzok met $800,000 for Page after they were fired for actively interfering in an election? This isn't just a slap on the wrist. It's a golden parachute made of your taxpayer dollars. This is why people are so fed up. You have government officials who actively try to subvert democracy, get caught, get fired, and then walk away millionaires. Meanwhile, regular Americans struggle to make ends meet. It's a two-tiered justice system, plain and simple, where those at the top get rewarded for their malfeasance. Unbelievable.
My understanding is that was a settlement they agreed to.
Pass me the sick bucket, please. The Hunter Biden laptop. In October of 2016, shortly before the election, the New York Post wrote a story that was widely covered talking about Mr. Hunter Biden's influence peddling scheme based on his laptop. A couple of weeks later, Secretary of State, soon to be Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, organized a group of 51 so-called intelligence experts. Had some real rock stars on the list. Jim Clapper, John Brennan, Michael Hayden, Leon Panetta, and they said, oh, no, the story in the New York Post is not true. It's based on Russian disinformation. You remember that?
I do, Senator, as the lead investigator for Russiagate for the House Intel Committee.
Yeah. The FBI had had the laptop for 10 months, hadn't they?
They did, Senator.
So the FBI knew right before the election that it wasn't Russian disinformation, didn't they?
And that was confirmed by the Inspector General's report.
Yeah. Who at the FBI refused to let the FBI tell the American people the truth?
I don't have that name in front of me, sir.
Well, would you look?
I will, sir.
I'd like to know. I'd like a name, not a division. I'd like the name. Person with a brain and a beating heart.
Yes, sir.
Did Jeffrey Epstein hang himself or did somebody kill him?
Senator, I believe he hung himself in a cell in the Metropolitan Detention Center.
Are you going to release all the information about that?
Senator, we are working through that right now with the Department of Justice.
When do you think you'll have it done, Kash?
I think in the near future, sir.
Like before I die?
Did you hear that? Like before I die? Senator Kennedy asking the question we're all thinking. The government's transparency on the Epstein case has been about as clear as mud, hasn't it? It's been years, and the public still has so many unanswered questions. When the official story feels incomplete and information is drip-fed slower than molasses in January, it breeds suspicion. It's not about conspiracy theories. It's about accountability and the public's right to know what happened to a high-profile individual who seemed to have dirt on everyone. Near future just isn't cutting it anymore.
Senator, we've been working on that, and we're doing it in a way that protects victims and also doesn't put out into the ether information that is irrelevant for production of the public, such as CSAM.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Reid.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Director.
And there you have it. Senator Kennedy, as always, not afraid to ask the tough questions and expose the glaring double standards in our government. From selective law enforcement to jaw-dropping settlements and the never-ending Epstein saga, it's clear there's a lot that needs to change. What did you think of these revelations? Let us know in the comments below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more no-nonsense political commentary. We'll see you next time.